Hey, yo, peace, family. This is Lord Jamar for the Yanadameen Godcast. And if you watch the Godcast, you know my number one sponsor is Miracle Food. That's right, Miracle Food, the perfect cleanse and reboot for a healthy immune system. And these times, you know, a healthy immune system is very important. It's also anti inflammatory. Miracle Food has Moringa, black seed oil, Beet Root oil. It also contains CBD. Miracle Food is just what it says. Miracle Food. Brought to you by my brother, the Chakra Doctor. So this is a black-owned company, y'all. We promote black-owned companies here on the Godcast. Okay, so go to chakradoctor.org and get your Miracle Food today. Tell them Lord Jamar sent you. Peace.
I'll let you go peacefully. Yeah.
Let's get it. Drugs to cope with the way we live. They done turn the neighborhood into the Bay of Pigs. Kidnapped the fathers and enslaved the kids. Now they poisoning the water that they gave the kids. He ran from the cops, so they sprayed his wig. We gon' turn the precinct to the Bay of Pigs. Saw the crib like that's the way you live. Loaf bread, baking soda sitting in the fridge. My melanin garners hatred, it's sacred. Hussein Bolt, I'm too swift for the races. Drugs change the house structure. See my uncle smoke rocks downstairs, now the attic is in the basement.
Preview.
Alright, yo, so with that being said now, long story short, when you get the knowledge and you're young, there's that fire. You see what I'm saying? The life is a burning within you. There's a fire.
Call it that newborn energy.
Exactly. So it's like, again, at a certain point, just based off my deductive reasoning skills, I'm realizing I'm in this Catholic high school. Every single motherfucking page of this shit in the first book, it starts with some Greeks, it starts with some this, it starts with that. I know black people are the first people on the planet, like it says in the what we teach or whatever. Black people are the fathers and mothers of all civilization. So I know this, but something's not adding up. So I'm like, you know what? These people are not going to teach me this. I need, and it's like, I'm there and I'm like, okay, so what was the black perspectives on science? What was the black perspectives on language? What was the black perspectives on this? Because it's only one perspective. So like what started to happen in my mind, I was like, let me try to find the oldest shit I can with some black people on this. And let me try to find the oldest shit on this and start finding older sciences. And I remember I started to study shit like Taoism, which is a very mathematical science in the East, right? So when I'm taking in that Taoism, the yin, the yang, all this, I'm just mathematical sciences. And I've been taking in little things up until this point. Now I'm starting to go full force. So now I'm starting to learn about ancient Egypt. And I have certain other brothers around me. Like when I was young, I had this, the member of my baking club, this older brother. He was kind of dealing with knowledge and stuff like that too, and reading and all of this. And he'd be the person kind of around us, dropping jewels as we're chilling, smoking on the porch. He's kind of older than us. He's kind of like, you know, you can call him like almost like my enlightener almost, you know, because before I had real knowledge of self, I remember a point when I was mad young. He's like, yo, Raz, you'll be a powerful brother with knowledge of self. And in me and my young arrogance, I'm like, I know myself. What do you mean? Like, you know? But anyways, I remember he gave me a list of scholars, Naim Akbar, yo, Dr. Ben, all of this. So it's like I had like the little boom. And then remember, during these times, I think Hidden Colors came out too. The first joint. And then the second joint. So it's like all that, boom. And then all my studies, whatever, right? So I'm studying ancient Egypt. And then because I'm in the hip-hop scene and I'm starting to drop little things in my raps about this, Born King, probably heard about my shit, whatever, reached out. So I started building with him. I'm starting to learn about the gods. I'm like, oh, this is the gods. So I was aware of the gods. But even at that point, the type of person I am, I wasn't just gonna like, you know, be like, okay, submit or anything like that, whatever, because I wanted to figure out. It's like I wanted to do knowledge to that even more now. So it's like I'm starting to learn things about gods as I'm building back and forth. And long story short, remember I was telling you I was studying different ancient systems and the Taoism and whatever. And after I just kept studying my knowledge and reading books and just really going hard because I actually cared to know. And after a certain point, I started to see the correlations between all the ancient systems and the supreme mathematics. So Tahuti in ancient Egypt, the god of wisdom. He's also the mathematical scribe. But then you have one of the oldest mathematical artifacts, the Shango bone. And then remember, Tahuti or Thoth or whatever was represented by the baboon. One of the oldest mathematical artifacts is the baboon fibula. The Shango bone or the Lumbambo bone is two of them. And it's a baboon's fibula, and the women were using it to, so it's like mathematics. baboon, Egypt, this, wisdom, this. And then in the Taoism system, you have the yang and the yin, the moon, the earth, certain things. So I'm starting to see all these correlations to the point where I drew my understanding up to where I was like, yo, this supreme mathematics, the truth is the truth. And this is a modern version of the same shit all of our black ancestors have been saying. So you know what I'm saying? So when I came to that realization, and again, reasoning and deductive reasoning within myself allowed me to come to realizations after once. So that was a realization. But even before that point too, when I first was like, you know, early on in the journey, I told myself, like, as a young black man, to understand my place in this earth and how things are the way they are, I technically have to understand thousands of years of history, be able to have a basic timeline of certain things and put it all together. And I'm like, yo, that's a hard ass task. But then I really came to the realization, like, yo, I'm not the first person that's been doing this. There's people who have had the same questions as me. This is very early in my journey, which allowed me to start to find the black authors that were talking about history being this, that, and the third or whatever. So basically with that realization, I realized that this is something even greater than me. This is a bigger universal struggle. It's like we plug it out the matrix. It's like, you know, it's just like you're with the like the niggas outside the matrix now, you know, and you realize like, oh shit, there was a whole war going on the whole time. You see what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit, we was at war the whole time and shit, whatever. So when that happened, I started to realize, like, I basically saw the truth within the mathematics, saw there was a modern version. I was like, okay, I could understand that doing the knowledge to this, it will help me have a structured way of organizing all this information that's out there, because that's all it is. And with you can read this book, read that book, and just read, and you can get, like we say, you get caught up in the wisdom. Well, mathematics is that orderly, and God is good orderly direction. So building with the gods, I got good orderly direction as to process all of this information. Before even processing the information, I got a system to use to process the information. Hold on, pardon yourself. Hey, yeah. So I got a system. That's my old earth is up. It's up. But yeah. So I got a system before even processing all the information. I got a system to process the information, which is the supreme mathematics. So before, it's like you hear brothers talking all this knowledge, and the gods be like, okay, before you do this, what is knowledge? What does it mean to know? And then when you start to realize this, it's like, yo, one of the things I tell people sometimes, it's like, yo, people, now that I'm at my certain level of understanding, which is the best part, I can see things clearly for what they are and not for what it appears to be. Sometimes people come to me and be like, yo, what book should I read? What this? Sometimes I'd be like, the dictionary, my nigga. And he'd be like, niggas think I'm joking or trying to lie. I'd be like, yo, I'm dead serious, because a lot of the times the shit you think you know, you don't even know. And I tell people, it's like, you think to yourself in thoughts and you direct your consciousness with words in your mind. So if you don't understand the definition of the words to a certain degree, you don't have the power to direct your thoughts and consciousness. It's like if a man only knows 10 words and he's trying to plan his day, I go store, I eat, I sleep. You can't even articulate yourself on a certain level to control yourself. So again, that's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, that's what it is right there, you know. So long story short, I kept tapped back in with the source, and then at the same time too, this is the most beautiful part. I'm a hip hop artist this whole time as a young black man trying to understand myself. So as I've been doing the knowledge to hip hop and going deeper, and then I do the knowledge to start with 5%. Guess what starts to link back up? The gods and the hip hop.
This is what you're taking me to my next question. You're taking me to my next question.
Okay, I'm listening.
If y'all are just joining me, we're sitting here with the young god RAZ FRESCO, and you know, first of all y'all motherfuckers in the comments that is like focused on the fact that the god speaks very swiftly. You know, I understand what the fuck.
I can't see the comments. I might slow it down. I can't even see the comments.
There should be something where you can see the comments. But if you can't, it doesn't matter. You know, to
be honest, I'm really building with you. Why am I reading the comments anyway?
I know. I'm just saying I'm reading, and some of them, oh, he talk mad fast. Hey, listen, shut the fuck up. Y'all listening slow. That's what it is.
Yo, Lord Jamar, so you know Born Everlasting, right?
I believe so, yes.
Oh, okay, he's one of them older gods. Like, that's where Born King got his lessons from. And then you know how the older Medina gods, when they start building, and this is nothing. Like if people say I'm talking fast, some of the Medina guys, yo, I be here listening to the guy, I be like, yo, word to a D. I be trying to, and they use it pretty math. But anyways, I digress.
Right, I digress.
I slow it down.
No, you good.